Today, the state elections board voted unanimously to set some rules for election observers. That's in response to increasing concern among county elections workers who had problems with some observers during the May primaries. WRAL's Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie shows you why they say the rules are needed.
Partisan election observers are appointed by county party officials. They're allowed to be inside the voting precinct, watching, listening, and taking notes, but they're not allowed to interact or interfere with voters. After 2020 and the false allegations of election fraud by former President Donald Trump, election officials say people's interest in serving as partisan observers surged, and so did reports of disruptive behavior. County elections directors were surveyed about the issue. From New Hanover, they filmed poll workers in the polling place the entire time they were in the polling place. They verbally harassed the officials and followed them to their car. From Wayne County, one observer was barred for refusing to listen to the chief judge and positioning herself between a voter and the tabulator. And from Haywood County, following behind precinct officials even in their personal vehicles when officials are transporting election materials to the Board of Elections at the end of the day.
Attempting to go to the ballot marking area or behind voting tabulation equipment, interfering with voters submitting their voted ballots into the tabulator, asking to photograph voter forms with confidential information on it.
Paul Cox is an attorney for the state elections board. He said observers are not required to be trained, so many don't understand what they're allowed to do. Having clear rules will make it easier for precinct judges to intervene when needed.
Intimidation of a voter or an election official is prohibited conduct under our laws and is a criminal act.
The board also unanimously passed new rules for precinct officials. Those are poll workers who take an oath to run the election in a nonpartisan way. But complaints about partisan behavior among those workers also rose this year. Laura Leslie, WRAL News, Raleigh.
The rules still have to be approved by the state's Rules Review Commission before they take effect. That's expected to happen in the next month.